Thank you Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Welcome to December's vlog. Since mid-November up until the beginning of January, Ivo, Lila, Vader and I have been traveling with 2 bags, figuring out where we'd live next. This vlog is a recap from our Airbnb time, finding a new town, a new home, and staying creative and aligned in the midst of it all. Welcome to Kingston, New York. This was our Airbnb for all December. It was a beautiful little cave the 4 of us made home in very little time, and the place that held us while we looked for our new home. It had more than what we needed, and it really became a place of healing for me, a place for rest for both Ivo and I, and a place for new adventures for the cats. As you may know, we left Brooklyn thinking we'd lease a loft in Beacon, but the universe had other plans. We put all of our stuffs in storage, gave away all my plants, and traveled with the cats and 2 suitcases until figuring a new plan. We headed to the Catskills and stayed with our friends Danny and Justin for 10 days. Their home and friendship gave us enough space to integrate what we went through, to figure out our next steps, and more than anything, it was so wonderful to enjoy time with some of our best friends, which we hadn't seen since before pandemic times. No matter where I go, my rituals always are with me. They are my non-negotiable, nourishing practices that help me stay harmonized. Some insights from these days were that it is okay to be me and to express myself. Nature always has my back. Nature is the most grounding force. Nature makes everybody happy. Friendship, family, and love are invaluable and the biggest treasures of the human experience. After staying with Danny and Justin, we arrived at Kingston. Originally, we came here for a week to get some paperwork done, but being here felt right. It felt like home quite easily, and we ended up looking for a place to lease and move here. It's Tuesday and today we have a few viewings of other apartments and studio spaces here in Kingston. We are considering maybe not having a live workspace because some of the places we've seen are beautiful but are too small to have both my art studio and our living space. So we might be separating them. So today we will be seeing some houses, some apartments, and also some studio spaces, which we'll see. Hopefully we'll find something beautiful and amazing. Cross fingers. We viewed a few apartments, houses, and studio spaces, but at first nothing that was affordable enough and spacious enough as a live workspace. But anyhow, we kept looking. Today is Friday the 11th. I'm wearing my friend's Roxy's sweater as an amulet. For some luck today, we have been apartment hunting. As you may know, we found a loft that we love so much, and we are waiting to hear a reply to see if we are approved or not. 2020 will be my first year taxing as a full-time artist. Last year I made the leap, so half of the year I was bartending, half of the year I was self-employed. So now 2020 is the first year that I'm 100% self-employed. So it's still December and my taxes are not done yet because I'll make them in January. So I've had to contact a accountant so they can give my leasing company some information, letting them know how much I made, and we will see if that will let us get the apartment. Fingers crossed. It will also be our first year applying without a guarantor. Both me and my partner are immigrants from Peru, so we had to start building credit here since we moved here. And yeah, it would just be a dream to be able to get an apartment by ourselves without a guarantor. And I am just so excited for that. Ivo is with a friend today. They are out working with wood. And I am having my first day in a month that I'm spending the day painting. And it feels so good. I've missed this so much. I really needed to take a break and focus on regrouping myself and get all that inspiration back. So I'm back painting all these fungi. I'm working on the fungi that I was working on my previous vlog, and I'm just very happy to be able to be here today, just taking a little time off from apartment hunting and figuring out life. So it feels good to spend the day painting. Painting after a long period of rest felt quite good. It really took my mind off the preoccupations and helped me enjoy the present in deeper levels. There's something about tapping into my creativity which always makes me feel alive and empowered, while shutting down my monkey mind. Before we continue with today's vlog, I want to take 30 seconds of your time and thank today's video sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace is the virtual home of my online shop, website, and portfolio. If you're looking for a virtual space for your creations, I highly recommend checking out Squarespace. They have some new features which I've been making lots of use of, like their Squarespace members area, where you can connect with your audience through gated member-only content. I also love their professional portfolio designs, which are super user-friendly and intuitive to use. If you're ready to step up your digital game, head to squarespace.com, use the code CAROAREVALO for 10% off your first website or domain. Now, back to the vlog. Movement makes me feel alive. Bringing attention to my breath makes me feel alive and harmonized. A cup of plants. A moment for myself. a moment of stillness, sitting down in ceremony. All are sacred practices that matter to me, that remind me how to enjoy life. It's been a week since we applied to this amazing loft that we found here on Kingston, and we are patiently waiting for the owner's response. We've sent all the paperwork, and I feel this is harder than being 15 and being in love and waiting for my lovers or my crushes text. This is insane. I'm refreshing my email every 10 minutes and I never do so. I will stop looking for the rest of the day and just focus on this painting that I've been working on for a few days now. Let's see if this helps my mind come back to the now and stop thinking about did we get the loft or not. So this is what I'll be doing today. Drinking some nettle and rose tea that I made, trying to learn in deeper levels how to be patient. I also worked on this mandala that features studies of milk thistle, bees, and lemon balm. I am enjoying mixing different beings in my paintings as I dive deeper into the symbolic relationships in between living organisms. This is a watercolor and drawing ink painting with dry gouache and India ink on top. Painting is, for me, my love language. It is a love letter to Mama Earth. As the new place we might be moving to doesn't have a bathtub, I took a couple of baths during this time, during the full moon as well as during the Great Conjunction. It felt like a great way to end this year and envision prosperity for the upcoming times. We also had a few snowstorms during this month, and the four of us had a blast being snowed in. Both Leela and Vader are quite curious about the snow and asked us to go out every day, so we did. And I'm getting ready to do some rituals for tonight. I'm making my second cup of cacao for today. And we are both diving into a little very important ritual for tonight, for this conjunction and this solstice. Sharing ceremony with my partner is one of my favorite things. This time around, we wrote and burned everything we're ready to let go, and wrote our intentions to plant in our future plants and plant in our lives as well. In December, my friend Ksenia and I started a one-on-one mentoring sessions. Ksenia has been mentoring me on how to show up and create short format video. This is something I've been wanting to dive into but felt doubtful about. But she has been holding space for me in such a beautiful way that I am feeling very called to share reels and TikTok videos now. And as the end of the year approached, Ivo and I cooked some of our favorite Peruvian holiday foods, like ensalada de papa and arroz árabe, Peruvian version. It also felt beautiful to connect online with some of my favorite humans, sharing yoga, tea, cacao, or just chatting. Tomorrow we are checking out of the Airbnb and moving into our loft. So today we are packing everything, cleaning everything, and getting it all ready to leave. I'm so excited to finally have our own space after this few months of traveling and crazy adventures. December was a month of extra self-care, of lots of walks in nature, of a much needed break from social media, and fallen in love deeper with my heart, my language, my culture, my partner, my life. Today is our last day at this beautiful Airbnb. We are finally moving to our own space. We signed a 1-year lease and I'm over the moon, not only about the space and how beautiful it is, but also we got to meet the tenant that lived there before we did. She's this amazing collage artist who had all these beautiful plants in the space, and she gave me so many decor inspiration. And we are so happy to be staying in this town. We have a few friends here. We've spent all month just getting to know the space, see how we feel here, and it really feels right. I am so excited for this. It's been a crazy few months, but it also feels amazing, and I feel we've learned more than any time to feel gratitude for having a roof to call our own. And this Airbnb has been a blessing. It's all decorated like a little boat, so we've been talking about it as if it was the boat that has been taking us to our destination, which is this beautiful loft in Kingston. And I am also just so looking forward to start decorating the space, to get all my art supplies back, to be able to have my art studio, to be able to reopen my art shop. It just, I don't know, I just feel so happy. It's January the 5th and today we are moving to our new space. We are leaving the Airbnb. This is all of our stuff. Piece of Cake is meeting us there. We're getting the keys first from management and we are so excited to be finally going to our own space. So this is our new home. After almost 2 months of backpacking, having a place to call ours feels better than it has ever felt. I am so humbled to start in a new space, fresh, and be able to get to know this new home. I feel this house is alive and I feel honored to live here. I want to give a shout out once again and hopefully for the last time in a while to Piece of Cake for being so helpful and taking care of all of our stuff while we were figuring life out. Thank you. They dropped everything out and we were able to lay back and relax. Piece of Cake just left. They left all of the stuff we had in storage. We are getting some food to eat and we will start unpacking immediately. Thank you, Kingston, for welcoming us here. It feels right to be here. Our friends from Cacao Lab opened their first physical shop here, and we are so happy to have them around, to have the creek and the river so close, the national parks, the welcoming neighbors. I cannot wait to start making our new space our home, to get our driver's license and start exploring around. This is all settling in my heart in a beautiful way. Thank you for sticking around and watching today's vlog, and thanks again Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Remember to use the code CAROAREVALO if you want to open your own website or domain with them. And also feel free to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Minds, and all the good stuff. I will see you on the other side. Bye!